Welcome back to another AHA video. In this one, we're going to be talking about where the best places to shoot on a goalie are. And as a former goalie myself, I am not proud of myself for making this video. I should be helping you guys. I should not be telling you where to shoot on a goalie. But it's my job to help players at the next level. It's my job to help players get to the next level, get seen, and do all the right things. And as a former goalie, I know where you should shoot to score. And obviously, game situations read different plays. There's different opportunities. It's not going to be 100% accurate because hockey is never the same. There's never two identical plays. There's always something different. Let's get into it. There's a couple things that you need to know about goaltending. Our job is to see the puck and make the save. Our job is to be set and square. So if I have an opportunity to be set and square, you don't make me move, that is most likely the time where I will make the best looking save. What I mean by that is I will make it look easy. Either a glove save, a blocker save, with my chest, my legs, whatever it may be, that is where I am most comfortable. If you are making me move, that is where I am not. So the first trick for you, shooting cross body. What that means, if you were coming down the left side and you're a right-handed shooter and you cut towards the middle, shoot to the left side, because a goalie is going one way and has to stop himself mid-tracks to go the opposite way. Now, it is a very doable save. However, it's not an easy save, and oftentimes leads to a bad rebound as well. So that is a smart shot. That is a type of situation to shoot in. You have to remember that there's other key components that go into having a good shot. So let's go into those. The first thing a player needs to work on to have a good shot is your release. When I talk about release, I mean don't do the old school wrist shot where you bring it back and then you bring it forward and shoot. Goalies can read that all day. A smart goalie can read the blade of the stick, can watch that puck and make a very, very good save look very easy. What you want to work on is the snapshot and shooting off of 1 foot and shooting in stride, right? You can pull it in or toe drag release, as the famous coach Chippy says, pull it in and shoot. That's a very useful shot because it changes the angle on a goalie, and even if you're pulling it in 6, 7, 10 inches, for a goalie that makes a huge difference. That'll open up a hole that wasn't originally there. That toe drag release is a very important shot. The second shot is when that puck is in front of you, just doing a little quick wrist snap. I physically can't do it. Like I said, I'm a goalie, but you'll see the best of the best do it. McDavid, Crosby, Ovechkin, Matthews. You'll see these guys just snap their wrist and the puck is gone. The reason that is such an effective shot is because we don't have time to read it. We don't have time to read the blade, to read what your hands are doing, to see where you're looking at. All we have time to do is hear the noise and see the puck take off. So while goalies will still make that save, it is a much more difficult save to make and a much more difficult shot to read. So the toe drag release and that quick snap are the two most difficult shots to read. The next one, and this one is going to be probably a little controversial with most of you, is shot placement is more important than shot power. Now don't get me wrong, they're both important, right? You don't want the shot to be a saucer pass or an absolute muffin, but the placement of it plays a huge part in if we're going to make that save or not. If you're able to put a post in every time, or bar down, don't recommend bar down, don't hit us in the head, that is a very difficult shot to save, right? We are playing our angles, we are playing our position. If you can make me extend to the furthest reach, especially if I'm off position because you walked in and toe dragged and I didn't adjust to the puck and now there's an extra 3-4 inches, that posting in is out of reach. It's a difficult save to make. We're overextended. And even if we make that save, we're most likely going to give a bad rebound. That is giving you the opportunity to help your team out. Even if you don't get the goal, you're making somebody else get a goal and giving your team a point. So that placement is just as important, if not more important, than the power. If I had to rank the 3 most important things in order for a shot, it would be release, which means snapshot, quick shot, slap shot, wrist shot, then placement, then power. If you can get the first 2 down, the third one isn't as important. Now, when we're looking at a net, the hardest save to make as a goalie is 11 inches off the ice. Right over the pad, right under the blocker, right under the glove. Understand that our goalie position, our hands are out in front of us, they're not down. So when we go down, we have to drop our hands to that position and we have to lean into it. Because the puck is so low, it's an awkward lean. And with the size of our gear, there's always some sort of squeaky little hole where that puck can slide right through. So 11 inches off the ice, low blocker, low glove, is always the safest place to shoot. You're coming on the wing, you got nothing there, either throw it far pad or throw it low block or low glove. You're down the middle, you got a one-time opportunity, you got some guys in front of you, don't go for the top corner, go for the low glove, low blocker, especially if you have guys in front of the net, right? If there's a screenplay, we're already looking through bodies. We're most likely not gonna see that shot 100%. You putting it up high and potentially missing the net, hitting a guy in the stomach, put it through his legs, put it through the pads. Understand that goalies often predict the guy is going to go high because everybody wants the fancy goal. We are predicting you're gonna go top corner left, top corner right. We are predicting that that's most likely where you're gonna shoot, because guys want a fancy goal. They want that wow moment. So a piece of advice, shoot smart, not fancy, right? If the goalie's giving you a 5-hole, go 5-hole. That low blocker, low glove, go there. If you have the top corner, it's a wide open net, do what you gotta do. Fine, you want the fancy goal, but at the end of the day, a goal is a goal. And finally, the last piece is look if a goalie is square and on angle. What that means is when you're looking at the net, if he's square, it means that the puck is between his two pads. Now, a goalie can be square and not on angle. Right now, I'm facing the camera. I'm still facing the camera. Notice how the camera is still aligned with my body, but I am no longer in the right position. That's what that on angle means. He might be square to the puck, but not have the right angle, giving you an opening that you should never have. And that is something you need to look for by picking your head up and looking at the net and analyzing the play. Now, you have to do all this in a split second. I understand it's not easy, so practice. In practice, when you're doing flow drills, watch, analyze, focus on that. It's not just about skating around, shooting a puck at the net. It's these little details that the pros pick up on, and that's how they get better. Go study your favorite hockey players. Go watch their games. If there's practice clips, go watch their practices. See how smart they are with the puck and when they're shooting at the net, when they're trying to score a goal. That's the difference between the good, the great, and the elite is their hockey sense, their hockey IQ, how smart they are and how quickly they can react to plays. I hope this video was helpful. As a former goalie, it still hurts me to make it, but I hope it helps you fellow players get to the next level and score some more goals. If you like this video, you might like this one or this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.